Okay, so nursing in the UK is easy then, yeah? Okay, then you come and do it. So this is a brand new year. This is 2021, guys. So by the grace of God, we have made it to a new year. I hope you guys are all doing well. I know I'm doing great, guys. So obviously, even though we still got this corona going on, this is a brand new year and there's so much positivity going on right now. Okay, but once again, like you read from the title of this video, this is a nursing video. Okay, but obviously, like I said, I'm going to be switching up my content this year. You know, I'm just going to do everything that I possibly can that I feel like, you know what, I could actually do on my channel. But let me not keep you guys in suspense, and let me get into why you guys clicked this video. So first things first, in this video I'm going to talk about the truth about being a student nurse in the UK. Okay, certain things that you need to know about being a student nurse in the UK, because people have various assumptions. I've heard people say that England's got one of the easiest nursing system there is in the world. I've heard people say that the clinicals or the mandatory training that we get as student nurses here in the UK is kept to a bare minimum. I've also heard people say that nursing students in the UK are not being taught basic anatomy and pathophysiology as much as other countries. We are mostly taught about leadership and management. These are just a few of the assumptions that people have about nursing in the UK. So people would normally say that, you know, why bother studying nursing in the UK? Why not just opt in for medicine? And you are just at that point where you're thinking, so nursing in the UK is easy then, yeah? Okay, then you come and do it. So let's put all of these assumptions that people have about nursing students in the UK to rest and actually discuss about them, okay? So I'm just going to talk about a few pointers about facts of nursing. Okay, so point number one, nursing is hard. It is a really difficult course. So between having lectures upon lectures, now that obviously everything is moved online, it doesn't mean necessarily that lectures have not stopped going. They're still ongoing online. And then between assignments after an assignment, just when you finished one assignment you get another assignment, and between placements upon clinical placements, overall nursing is really hard. It's a continuous course. So as much as people assume that nursing students in the UK are only getting taught about leadership and management, that's unfortunately not the case, because we are students in the UK. We are getting taught about anatomy and pathophysiology, but we are also getting taught about leadership and management as well once you qualify as a nurse, because those are the aspects that you have to have once you qualify. So between the academic part that consists of anatomy and pathophysiology, as well as getting your head around holistic care that includes, or rather involves, evidence-based nursing, you can really see that being a nursing student, you know, it's continuous. It doesn't stop. And it is physically draining, mentally draining, as well as emotionally draining. And this is it, because once you sign up for the course, basically your whole life revolves around it until you actually finish. So is nursing easy? No, I wouldn't say it's easy. It is just continuous. And one thing about nursing is that your brain is constantly on the go. So if that's what you define as being easy, then I don't know what is easy. So I'm going to also discuss about some supervisors and some assessors. I know they used to call them mentors. So the fact of the matter is some supervisors and some assessors are useless. I'm saying some. I'm not saying all of them, but some of them are really useless. Some of them can't be asked with you as a nursing student constantly following them around the ward. Some assessors or supervisors are not there to make your life easy as a nursing student. Matter of fact, you know, they do the opposite. I just feel like, in my opinion, obviously it's not necessary, but you know, there's always that one special person or that special case of a nurse that feels like they want to prove a point, or they want to feel, you know, in charge and powerful. We are aware you are in charge, and unfortunately in those circumstances, this is out of your control. If you're a student nurse, you just have to make the best of the situation. So if you actually think about it, you are actually in control, not the mentor or the supervisor, because it's up to you as a student nurse to always make the best out of the situation. So you can do this by means of being keen as well as productive despite the circumstances, and create goals or have some sort of idea when you're on placement on what you want to achieve on a day-to-day basis. So basically, in other words, the ball is in your court. The third point point is that you as a student nurse, when you're on clinical placement, you are supernumerary. Now listen to me, you are supernumerary. So basically that means that you do not count as part of the staff. You are basically an extra. So in other words, you are not there to replace Patricia who called in sick because she's got childcare issues. That is none of your concern. And if you are being put to work as a healthcare assistant on that day, then maybe you should ask to get paid. How about that? So it is all right for you to say no, and saying no does not necessarily mean you are rude. Obviously you can say that no in a respectful tone, but it is all right to say no, and just remind them that you are not there to be working as a healthcare assistant on that day. You are there as a student nurse, and therefore you've got necessary learning outcomes that you need to fulfill. You are not the one who's supposed to cover the shortage of the NHS. That's not your concern, period. So overall, it's the seniors team to sort that issue out, okay? So do not let them burden you with the issue, the fact that they are short-staffed. That is unfortunately not your concern. The fourth point I want to make to you guys is that healthcare assistants can either be godly sent or not. There is no person that knows the word better than healthcare assistants. However, sometimes you do come across healthcare assistants who can be really nasty to you. Some healthcare assistants, because they've worked for so long on the wards, they have some sort of idea as to what is required, as well as work ethics, if I can say such, in regards to standard of care. Some healthcare assistants, like I said, have been on the ward for a very long time, and they can really teach you, you know, valuable skills that you can use for future references on the ward. So the thing is, sometimes as a student nurse, you tend to help out the healthcare assistants more, and helping out the healthcare assistants is not an issue as such. However, you need to remember that you are there as a student nurse. That means in the next couple of years, 1, 2, 3, whatever the case may be, you need to be able to complete your tasks at hand as a qualified nurse. So you need to remember, as a student nurse, you also need to fulfill or complete rather your tasks that you need prior to helping out the healthcare assistants. And if your tasks are not completed as such, once again, it is okay to say no, because you are overburdened with your own workload. So once again, you also need to know that you are also learning to manage your own tasks. Point number 5 that I want to make is in regards to social life. I think I've said this before in my previous video. Being a student nurse limits you to a social life. You may have a little to no social life at all, because you know, you just have to find the balance. You need to set your priorities right. You need to inform people around you that you are a student nurse and that you are studying. Basically, between you having assignments or attending lectures as well as clinical placement, you need to prioritize as to what is important. Some students, like myself, we also work. So if you've got work involved as well, so if you really think about it, there is not really much time of a social life. So finding that balance and prioritizing what's important is a very important aspect while being a nursing student. And also, obviously, being a nursing student also involves working long days, nights, weekends. So if you really think about it, there's not much of a social life going on, you know, and that's okay, because it's not a long-term issue. It's a short-term issue until you really finished your course. So point number 6 that I want to talk to you guys about is budgeting. If you're a student nurse, budgeting is of utmost importance, guys. It is really, really important. Like, you are limited with how much money you've got, obviously, because of you doing a full-time course. And if you've got expenses, you really need to learn how to budget. Save as much as you possibly can on the course, because if you're in the UK, obviously, and you get the bursary, you know yourself, the bursary carries you only through so much before, you know, you realize all the money is gone. In other words, you really need to get into good spending habits. So you really want to know how to adopt good spending habits for you in the long run. And these good habits that you adopt are not only for now, they will help you as well when you qualify and you start getting a fixed income. So next, I'm going to tell you guys about getting involved in the profession. Now, when I say get involved in the profession, I mean get involved in anything that has to do with nursing. So I remember I signed up with the Nursing Times just to keep myself updated. You know, you don't necessarily have to get yourself registered with something that you have to pay subscription pay every month, but you know, read around the subject, you know, talk to people who are already in the healthcare sector. Follow social media. There's loads of social media. For example, on Twitter you can follow the National Health Service and you can really stay up to date with what's happening currently in the healthcare sector. To be honest with you, it really does help because it gives you more knowledge about the profession itself, and you can use this as a sense of reflecting back on your own personal progress as well. Point number 8, guys, is to remember how far you have come. Some days you will feel so proud of yourself, and some days you'll just feel like you want to give up. And every placement that you've gone to, you encounter various challenges that you have to overcome, as well as you encounter new achievements as well. But if you really take the time to reflect back on your very first placement and you think about how far you have come to whatever placement you're currently doing, you actually come to realize that you've actually improved, because there is no way you can be the same person from your very first placement where maybe you're not too sure what you need to do, or you don't really have that confidence. Basically, your confidence grows as time goes by, so don't put yourself down, because you will get there at the end. And point number 9, which is the very last point, guys, is to learn from everyone. So when I say learn from everyone, as much as you being a nursing student doesn't necessarily mean that you only get to learn from nurses. You get to learn from healthcare assistants, occupational therapists, you get to learn from physiotherapists, you get to learn from the doctors. Anybody, you get to learn something, and it's just the small things that you pick up from everybody else that you get to learn something about. This includes lectures as well. As much as some lectures might seem like they are old, they should have retired long time ago, but you know what? You get to learn actually just, you know, bits and pieces from various people that you encounter in life. These are the kind of people that you need to use as a stepping stone to progress. And who cares if they're not nurses? At the end of the day, is that they have more experience than what you have. So these are my truth about being a student nurse in the UK. You need to remember that being a student nurse has its highs as well as lows, but the fact of the matter is, if you remain realistic as well as positive, you can be able to accomplish whatever you set out to be, which is the end goal of being a qualified nurse. So never underestimate yourself as a student nurse, because it will all be worth it at the very end once you step from being a student nurse into being a qualified registered nurse. So guys, this is all what I have today for this video. I really hope you like it. Leave your comment down below of what other videos you would like to see, and I really hope you like it. Please don't forget to comment, like and subscribe, and I will hopefully see you guys in my next video. Bye.